Today it's kind of my day off, although I don't get days off, but whenever I decided today is going to be a day off, I just like to wander the forest and clear my thoughts. And now comes one of the best tips that I can give you as a photographer in general or a landscape photographer in particular. And this tip is inspired by Ansel Adams and the Priest. I have a particular mountain that I like coming back over and over again, and on the top of that mountain is a monastery. Now, at some point after going several times on the mountain, I happen to know the priest from that monastery, and sometimes we talk, sometimes I'm just going up and photographing, but many times he sees me as I'm going up and trying to photograph, usually the sunset. This is the moment when he sees me. And of course there are lots of times when I'm just hiking and there is no sunset, there are clouds, or sometimes it's not that a spectacular sunset. One day he sees me, he comes to me and tells me something like this: if you want to experience the best sunset you will ever see, you just have to come here without any photographic gear at all. And of course at that moment I'm smiling, and it's just, I think in my mind that it's just a simple courtesy smile, and I go on with my photographing moment, if you want. And later on that day I was going down the mountain, it was dark, I only had my headlamp, and I was starting to think that the words that priest told me, and I need to get up there without any camera, in kind of resonate with my way of seeing landscape photography, or with my way of feeling or trying to feel this entire experience that I like to call landscape photography. And it's also deeply connected with a principle that I am closely connected to, and that I learned from Ansel Adams, that it's called visualization. And this process is about the ability of a photographer to visualize the subject in a way that he feels it, and to offer that subject to the viewer, to the people that are watching his photos on a print or on a digital medium, to offer them an equivalent of what he saw and felt. I think this is the hardest thing that you can do as a landscape photographer, or the hardest goal that you can set as a landscape photographer. Because it's really difficult to achieve. In my 10 years of full-time landscape photographer, I'm always trying to practice this kind of thing of trying to visualize. And when you're doing this visualization of the subject, this doesn't mean that this will be the final result of the image. This is how the image will look like, because this is an artistic process, and an artistic process, it's ending when it's ending, so it evolves. It's just like in music, when different artists, different musicians play the same song in so many different ways. So this was my short ramble for today. It was a tip that I got from a priest and from Ansel Adams, and I tried to compile them into my own experience and my own way to see this thing that it's called landscape photography, and to offer it to you. So right now, if you have anything to say, just use the comment section below, and if you're here for the first time, you can subscribe to this YouTube channel. And until next time, keep on photographing. It's the only way that you can get better. Bye bye.